It's the last show in the series with the scores dramatically poised at Gary 3, David 4. Although we should point out that David hasn't actually won any of those shows. It's just that Gary keeps getting caught cheating and disqualified. In fact, Gary and Rory haven't got a single question wrong all series, so who knows what's going to happen tonight? Apart from them, obviously. With David and Jonathan is a Leicester and England rugby back whose wife is about to have a baby. He says he's looking forward to clearing up sick and wiping smelly bottoms, and then getting home from the club dinner and helping with the baby. Austin Healey. With Gary and Rory is Jonathan's older brother Paul. In fact, we've had a special request from their mum, who's asked if we can keep them both till Boxing Day. Paul Woss. We kick off with the excuses round. Gary, Rory and Paul, your question involves Austin here. We'll diplomatically skip over England's defeat against Ireland on the weekend and concentrate instead on the Lions' defeat against Australia this summer.
Out to Andrew Walker, to Joe Rolfe, to Daniel Herbert. It's a beautiful work score, and in the end it's Australia.
Now, Lions coach Graham Henry claimed there was one reason, and one reason only, why they lost. So why was that, Gary's team?
Was it the time difference?
Was it the time difference?
Yeah, they scored every 3 minutes, we scored every 15.
Had they done extra exercise, the Australians? Had they muscled up by throwing asylum seekers into the sea? Are you a rugby player, Austin?
You're not from setting his performance, he's not.
Well, it's too small to be a rugby player. You're a tiny little fella, you're no bigger than my thumb. You can't be a rugby player. What position do you play? Mascot? I want my money back. But you're a Scouser, well, you're a sort of plastic Scouser, aren't you, from Cheshire?
Placky Scouser, yeah.
Placky Scouser,
Well, football at heart.
Yeah. No, Everton. In fact, yeah. So
Everton, great football team in actual fact.
They were, weren't they? Yeah.
They were, yeah.
It's strange to have a Scouser playing rugby, though, isn't it? Do you avoid the line-outs in case someone says, "That's the man, officer, there he is"?
Oh, dear.
Well, you know, your nickname was the Leicester Lip, is that right?
Yeah, or Mr. Gobby or Gobshite. Or
because you're the one who talks a lot on your team?
Yeah.
That must be terrible, the one who talks all the time. Can I just say what a great thrill it is to have Paul on our side, because we can dish the dirt on your brother now, can't we? Mm-hmm. We had a bunk bed together. Paul was on the bottom bunk, I was on the top bunk.
And he wet the bed until he was 11!
Golden showers for you, eh?
Which is why there's still quite a strange smell from over there. It's sort of like a burnt honey. But
so both teams have got someone who smells of piss, eh, David? I speak as I find.
I was in the top bunk, and I thought it was a great place to hide my, shall we call them, adult magazines, under the mattress. But of course, he was lying there getting a free show every night.
Just as well you're the older brother, isn't it? You wouldn't want his hand-me-downs, would you? No, because the likes of Austin, was it, and Matt Dawson was the other one, because they had a pop at the coach and stuff, and didn't it rile everybody? And the Australians.
Sure, I've had it. Well,
pop at the Australians and
yeah, I'll give you 3 points.
Everything else.
Yeah.
And
I think I read about this. You called the Australians, what did you call them, plods and planks, didn't you?
Not all of them, just one of them.
OK, well, I just want to point out that we don't want any of that kind of language from you on this show. You can use proper swear words like twang.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.
But if that got the Australians going, what the do you say to the Irish?
You didn't have to, you just dropped the ball. I speak as I find. The day before the final test, Austin's tour diary in The Guardian described Aussie player Justin Harrison as a plod, an ape and a plank. Their feud dates back to Austin's last-minute winning try against the ACT Brumbies. Here it is. When Justin Harrison walked up to Healey afterwards for a bit of argy-bargy. Graham Henry decided that Healey's article inspired Harrison and the rest of the Australian team to victory. The irony was that Austin never even saw the article, let alone read it before the match, since it was the work of his ghostwriter, Eddie Butler. I don't want to worry you, Austin, but your article in tomorrow's Guardian, titled My Palace Sama, could be the final straw. A plod, a plank and an ape. Now, what does that remind me of? David, Jonathan and Austin, it's former Celtic and West Ham striker Frank McAvennie for you. Here he is, scoring one against Manchester United.
Oh, a lovely turn by Cotty. Yes, McAvennie!
Now, McAvennie recently took time out from marrying page 3 girls to hide £100,000 in a large cake, which he asked a convicted drug dealer to drive to Amsterdam for him. Customs officials stopped him and confiscated the money, saying it would be used to buy drugs. But Frank claimed it was for something entirely different. So why did he really hide all that cash in a cake? David's team.
Was he caught because it said on it, happy first drug dealing trip?
So, £100,000.
Yep.
Being driven by a convicted drug dealer to Amsterdam.
Yep.
It's not a particularly hard case for Taggart, is it, that one?
Especially with him being dead and everything. And a fictional character.
£100,000 in a cake. Now, that is what I call a promotional offer. You can stuff that 20 quid Walker's offering right up your arse. £100,000. He's probably just the world's worst coke dealer, because he's a footballer, he probably can't spell, so he went to buy some coke and he got a cake by mistake. Did he also have in the car an eighth of mash, a heron and a bag full of F's? It was a spelling blunder.
Did he give his name to the Dutch police as Mr. Kipling?
Well, can I say that's an exceedingly bad joke?
Do you know the answer, Capitan?
No.
Could you have found a duller shirt to wear tonight?
Now, McAvennie actually claimed in court that the money was going to be used to salvage sunken treasure from a shipwreck, which is officially the worst excuse since Ali McCoist said he'd been out all night having a wild time with Alan Shearer. Frank's now become a Sky Sports pundit and was stopped again at Heathrow while returning from a European game. It wasn't drugs this time, it was that Richard Keys hadn't served his time in quarantine. And at the end of that round, David's team have no points and Gary's team have 3.
Oh, dear.
We move on to Sporting Bluff, Gary's team. Here's a trio of sporting heroes doing what they do best.
Oh, well done.
George Best. Can he do it? He surely must.
Double top.
So that was Tiger Woods winning last year's Open, George Best scoring against Chelsea, and Stokes' Phil Taylor winning one of his 9 World Darts titles. So what about them, David's team?
Well, there is a religious cult which regards Tiger Woods as a god.
Alternatively, there is a religious cult which regards George Best as a god.
Or could it be that there's a religious cult which regards Stokes Phil Taylor as a god?
How can you have Tiger Woods and George Best and then some dumpy bloke from Stoke?
Golf and religion in the same question. Can life get any more boring? Really?
I'd say nothing like golf.
Who were you playing with at the weekend, if you forgive the expression? Hugh Grant, yes.
Any black hookers?
It was golf, not rugby.
Paul, you're religious?
No,
Gary,
I'm not
aren't you?
religious.
You're religious, aren't you?
No.
You're B of E, Bank of England.
And on the third day, his savings rose again.
Yes. Corpus Christi. Which is Latin for body of money.
Oh, you big gay bear.
Love it.
Pearls.
What was the last one?
And now we've got to look towards Stoke.
Oh, yeah, Phil
Stoke.
Taylor. aren't
Phil
you?
Taylor.
No, it could be Stoke. No wise men or virgins.
And in fact...
Go on, Gary, give us the... What do you think it is?
I think it's Tiger Woods.
OK, so you think that Austin was telling the truth? Let's see if you're right. Yes, Austin was in the right. The first church of Tiger Woods was founded by John Ziegler in Nashville, Tennessee. Soon afterwards, he also founded the fourth after a playoff church of Colin Montgomery. He's like Buddha, only with bigger tits. Tiger Woods famously refused an invitation to play golf with President Clinton. Mind you, Clinton did phone up and say, "I've got my wood out, do you want to play a round?" David's team, have a listen to these much-loved voices.
What a shot for the hat-trick here! Owen! Oh, this is getting better and better and better!
Good evening. Tonight we'll show you all the important action and reaction from the game that almost transcends Euro 96 itself.
Kenneth, it's time for you to go. Or as you might say, with 5 votes, you think it's all over. Kenneth, it is now.
So, what can you tell us about them, Gary's team?
Scientists have discovered that John Mopson has the perfect voice for broadcasting about football.
Scientists have discovered that I have the perfect voice for broadcasting about football. It's definitely not that. No chance.
Scientists have discovered that Anne Robertson has the perfect voice for broadcasting about football.
So, has Motti, Jug Ears or Anne Robinson got the perfect voice for football, David's team?
The sports commentary, some of it's dead easy, isn't it? Like Davey's job on Sky. Just got to look up every 10 minutes and go, yep, still dull.
You know, I've learnt a lot about David in the half an hour before the show. On a match day, what's the earliest you've ever had a booze? On your way maybe to the nets for a bit of practice before the 11 o'clock match start?
9:30.
No, and what was you drinking?
Scotch.
Come on, 9:30 in the morning!
Couldn't afford champagne in those days. Didn't last long, though.
Bad luck, poor people!
Should we turn our attention to Gary?
I think it's amazing they're working at the BBC all these years and yet advertising Sky dishes. On the side of his head.
You'll have to explain a joke, it's never a good one.
Thank you, Bob Monkhouse.
Let's be fair here, Gary has a fantastic commentator's voice for funerals. I believe the Queen Mother has put on a request that you do it when she sadly passes and when she goes, she said, would it be possible for one to have the jug-eared doing that? Joking aside, Gary is the consummate commentator professional. You know, he never once breaks his stride when he's talking. Not even when Mark Lawrenson leans over and says, I'm not wearing any pants. Captain, what do you think?
Motti.
OK, so you think that Paul was telling the truth. Let's see if you're right. Yes, Paul was correct. Speech therapist Jane Cummins used voice profile analysis to prove that Motti had a perfect pitch, volume and rhythm for football commentary. According to researchers, and this is absolutely true, the formula for the perfect match commentary is this. That and the scoreline Manchester United 0, Doncaster 5. The main commentator on ITV's The Premiership, Clive Tildesley, came last in the survey. It's not that he's a bad commentator, it's just that the scientists couldn't actually find a whole sentence of his that wasn't interrupted by adverts. And so, at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 6. What's going on is what's happening now. David's team, take a look at this.
It's not like that today, because Jonah Lomu is the fastest man in team sport, and he wouldn't do anything like that. No, he's actually the second fastest man. The fastest man's Will Carling, jumping into a wardrobe.
I've just realised who Austin looks like. Austin, you look like the bloke out of which one? It's either Robson or Jerome Green or the other one. Do people come up to you and say, Robson, sign my book, Robson, what's Jerome really like? Robson. Do you know there's some twat of a rugby player who looks a bit like you?
The last one. No, it's the Haka, isn't it?
You think it's...
Thank God for that.
Well, it's the Haka, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that. Well done. That was the New Zealand All Blacks' fearsome version of the Haka from the days before colour film, bull workers and rugby players over 9 stone. The Haka is a deeply spiritual battle chant that goes back centuries into Polynesian culture. Or it's a load of mincing tosh performed by sheep-shagging Nancy's, according to Austin here, in his column. Gary's team, your clip comes from the final of the 4x200 metres freestyle at the recent World Swimming Championships in Japan.
We're in the final 5. Australia take gold, America take silver, and Great Britain get the bronze medal. And Great Britain are the world champions.
So how come the British team finished 3rd but won the gold medal, Gary's team?
The Australians were disqualified, weren't they, because they had vaginal propellers.
And I think I've seen all of Jonathan's videos.
I didn't think I'd missed that many days at school, but there's stuff going on here. I haven't a clue what's going on.
Are they all wearing flippers?
But they're wearing flippers. Had they got a pedalo?
I think I saw that one, but they're riding on one of those big inflatable bananas being pulled along.
Didn't they in the pool before the end of the race or something like that?
Yes, I'll give you that. Well, first of all, the second-placed Americans were disqualified for a faulty changeover, and then the Australians were thrown out for this.
Great final swim by Karen Pickering, and there's another medal in the bag.
And look at the Australians there jumping in to celebrate.
And I'm surprised there, James, because we saw Italy only just finishing the race. Now, you can't do that.
There was a nail-biting 3-day wait before the British team finally got their gold medals. A day to make the decision, and then 2 days to locate a Union Jack and a copy of God Save the King. The World Swimming Championships were rocked by controversy when the Chinese women's team were accused of taking testosterone. Officials first became suspicious when one of them snagged her cock on the shallow end. And at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 9. Time for our regulars to field the sportsmen. Gary and Rory are up first this week. If you'd like to take your positions, put your blindfolds on. You're going to have 90 seconds to work out who you're feeling.
You tell it's the end of the series when Gary doesn't even iron his jeans. Look at those.
It's strange, he does have a personal iron, Mark Lawrenson.
OK. There's a first. Lineker actually runs 5 yards to kick ball. OK, can we have our first mystery guest, please?
Is it Christmas?
Is it good? What?
I tell you, I've had this dream so many times.
And it's true. Oh my God.
OK, and your time starts now.
I found something down here. Hey, Jonathan, your anthrax parcel's arrived, Jonathan. What else have we got there?
You can do it.
Oh, my God. Oh!
It's definitely not Richard Keys.
Get away, Gary.
OK, I want all the children to leave the room now. This is absolutely I wish I had a mobile like this one above my cot. My Tinkerbell, how you've grown.
Yes, calm down, Rory. I saw it.
I can't see a thing. Now I know why.
Stop it, Rory!
Is this sandpit? Is that a clue?
Yes,
Is
a long jumper.
Long jumper or something?
No.
Triple jumper.
Yes.
It's not.
Alan Hansen's sister.
Yes, go on.
Ashia.
Ashia Hansen! I'm afraid Rory's just breached the terms of his parole as well. OK, Jonathan and David, if you can take your positions as well,
Well, we've got one of those.
No danger.
OK, blindfolds on. And can we have our second mystery guest, please?
I'm anxious to get to the lady on the string. It's like a beautiful sexual yo-yo, wasn't she?
And your time starts now.
Oh, you know that sound, don't you? Jonathan, what are you doing, son?
What's that?
You dirty big Gower!
Quatermass.
Come on, let's have a little wine. Come on. Let's have a wine. David,
Stay off, Jonathan! Stay off!
Is it Roy Hattersley?
OK, it's a surfer, is it?
Yeah, what level?
Well, it's about here, I think.
No, yeah.
Is it the Silver Surfer? Is it the World Champion Surfer Man?
No.
The second league surfing. Silver medal, England.
European Surf Champion, Russell Winter. Russell Winter. European Surf Champion. The scores at the end of that round are David's team with 6 points and Gary's team with 12. We complete the series by playing the name game, and this week we'd like Jonathan and Rory to mime all their clues. The leaders goes first, which is Gary's mime, yeah, as in charades. 90 seconds, as many as you can, miming only. Your time starts now.
Drinking, darts, sniff, Hurricane Higgins.
Paul Merson does it.
OK. Tennis.
Tim Henman.
Anna Kournikova.
Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson. Mark Lawrenson.
Phil Taylor from Stoke. Pugilist, boxing. It's Mike Tyson.
Jimmy Hill.
Gaza.
The American girl.
Yeah.
Brandy Chastain.
Well done.
Wow. Whoa.
Right. It was Japan when I was there.
What's he done? Ballet dancer. Triple jump. Surfing. Hansen.
Ashia Hansen.
How many have we got at the moment?
You have got 6 points.
Oh, no, Nick. You sure you haven't made a mistake? All right, here we go.
Now. That's not miming, saying ooh la la.
Ooh la la, kicking the ball.
Please, you know that?
OK.
Bruno. Yeah. Frank.
Gary Lineker.
Yeah. Here you go.
Tiger Woods.
On fire.
David Gower.
Dwight, get off me!
You've said that before, haven't you?
Phil Taylor.
George Best.
Really? Here we go.
I want to see what sports is, though. Can I give us?
What do you mean what sport it is?
Well, it looks like.
But you wouldn't know, would you? That's the problem. Thank you.
That's never cricket.
That's correct posture.
It's not cricket.
That's what you were doing
That is
wrong.
trap posture.
Look at that. It's like an ironing board.
Stick your ass in.
Everyone, what's this?
series.
No, Gary's team have won, which means the final series score is 4 shows also. It's tie-break time. I think what we're going to do is, because we've got the surfboard here, we should get the brothers, Jonathan and Paul, to be timed on the surfboard, OK? Now, we want you to be dressed appropriately, so we'll give you a little bit of time to slip into something that's right for the...
I have actually hurt my toe.
It's going down. 2 minutes.
Jonathan, Paul, you're going to be going first. So Paul is going to go first. Okay. And
Good luck, Paul. Good luck, sir. Save it. 1.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Your time starts now.
Come on, give me more, big fella.
That was 13 seconds to beat Jonathan.
You know what? I really am quite happy to let him have it.
No.
Scrabble letters.
Blimey, it's quite difficult, isn't it? Imagine doing this on water. Let me just limbo up. Could you bring that lady out on the string for an incentive?
Your time starts now.
Come on. Oh, this is... Hey! You behave yourself, you... Whoa. I like the...
I'm afraid that was only 9 seconds, so the series winners is Gary's team. So our thanks to David, Jonathan and Austin, Gary, Rory and Paul. We're all off to plead with Mrs. Ross not to have any more children. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Star of BBC One's new drama, Linda Green, Lisa Talbot, news her Room 101 on BBC Two in a moment. And don't forget, next Friday, Gimme Gimme Gimme's back here on BBC One.